Okay. Introduction to UML, that is Unified Modeling Language. That is the Unified Modeling Language is a graphical language for visualization and specification and constructing and documenting the eight artifacts of the software incentive system. Okay. Unified language means the unified modeling language. It is a graphical language. That is the graphical representation for a visualization. That is the visualization means and specifying. That is it specify the behavior. Next one is constructing and documentation. That is UML language is a graphical representation. It is graphical representation of any system. Graphical representation of any system and the structure of any system and behavior. It is the behavior of the any system. Next, why you are using modeling? That is the modeling is the main part of all activities in the development of software. Suppose to develop any software, first you must model the system. It is a hardware system or software system. Suppose in software development, that is in software development, first you model the system. That is model the system is how the system is operated, what are the activities performed by the system. So the model is the main part of all activities in the development of software. So you build the models to communicate the design structure and behavior of the system. So the model is used to represent the structure of the system and behavior of the system. It is the behavior means what are the operations performed by the system, and structure, that is the structure means what are the attributes, that is what are the attributes of the system. It is attributes means the property of the system. So the models are used to visualize and control the system architectures. So to represent the system architecture, any system, it is the ATM or librarian or any online shopping or online reservation system or ATM system. It is the any system uh, to represent the communication. It is to represent the behavior of the system and to represent the attribute of the system. We are using modeling. So the example for suppose to build the house. So to build the house, you must need the nails, wood, cement, bricks, uh, etc. So all these are the raw materials are used approximately to construct the house. Suppose to build the house, first identify the requirements. That is the requirements means identify the objects, that is nails, wood, cement, bricks. These are the raw materials. That is raw materials for construction of house. So after modeling, that is after modeling means after the sketch of the house, that is after having the sketch of the house, the labor dig the holes in start of the foundation and model techniques goes to apply step by step. ఓకే, సపోజ్ మన హౌస్ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేయాలి అంటే ఫస్ట్ మన హౌస్ బిల్డప్కి ఏం కావాలి అంటే ఫస్ట్ మన స్కెచ్ కావాలి, స్కెచ్ ఆఫ్ ది హౌస్ కావాలి. ఆ తర్వాత నెయిల్స్, వుడ్, సిమెంట్, బ్రిక్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఐడెంటిఫై చేసిన తర్వాతనే మనం వర్క్ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి. అంటే ఫస్ట్ మోడలింగ్ అంటే మన సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కావచ్చు, అంటే హౌసే కాదు సాఫ్ట్వేర్. సపోజ్ ఇన్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ ఫస్ట్ ది మెయిన్ part of all activities is modeling. That is first modeling. The modeling represents the behavior of the any system. It is the modeling represents the behavior, how the system is working, what are the operations performed by the system. So the importance of modeling, that is the modeling is the simplification of the reality and also provide the blueprint for system. So it is simplification of reality. That is the reality means how the system is working is represented by modeling. So it is blueprint for system. So modeling, that is the main purpose of the modeling or the importance of the modeling is the first one is the modeling is the process of certain models, and model is output of modeling. And next one is the modeling is proven and well accepted engineering technique, and the built model so that you can better understanding the system development. The main purpose of the modeling is the better understanding of the system development. Next, you build the model so that you can validate our theories and try out the new one without with a minimal risk and cost. Next, you build the model of the complex system because you cannot comprehend the such as a system entity. So the main importance of the system is to simplify. It is the simplify the reality. It create the models, so it give the output. That is the output of the modeling. So why you are using modeling means it is the modeling is represent the, it is represent the design structure and behavior of the system. So the concept model of UML, suppose to understand the unified modeling language, suppose to understand the unified modeling language, the concept model of language to is need to form and required.
సార్ కొంచెం స్లోగా చెప్పండి సార్.
Sorry, okay. To understand UML, the concept model of language is need to form its requirements, three major elements. So the main elements of UML language is, the first one is building blocks of UML. Second one is rules. That is, the rules means how the building blocks is communicate together. That is, may put together or how to work together. Third one is common mechanism. That is, the common mechanism means that apply throughout UML. That is, there are three major elements in UML language. The first one is building blocks. That is, the building blocks of UML. Second one is rules. That is, the rules means how the building blocks is working together. That is, put together means working together. Next one, communication mechanisms. That is, common mechanism. That is the common mechanism. That is, the common mechanism means common mechanisms that applied throughout the UML. Throughout the UML. So there are three building blocks of UML. Okay, first one, building blocks of UML. First one is things. That is, the first one is the main building blocks of UML is the first one things. Second one relationships. Third one diagrams. Okay, first one things. That is, things means these are the abstractions that are first class citizen in the model. These things means what are the abstractions, that is what are the abstractions present in particular model or particular system. It is abstraction, that is the abstraction, already you know abstraction. That is, abstraction means it is a collection, it is a collection of represent attributes and operations. It is also called objects. So things represents an abstraction, that is the abstraction of operation and uh, properties. Second one is relationships. That is, the relationship means how the things is working together. That is, how the things is communicate together is called uh, represented by relationships. That is, how the things working together. Suppose one object is communicated to another object, how they are communicated, how relation, how they related to one object to another objects. Next one, diagrams. That is, the diagrams means uh, group interesting collection of things. That is, the diagrams represents the collection of things and relationships. That is, the grouping the interesting collection of things. That is, the interesting collection of things and groups. That is, the main building blocks of UML is, it consists of three blocks. The first one, things. Things represent abstractions. Second one, relationships. The relationship means how the things is communicated together. That is, how the things is communicated, how the things send the message from one object to another object or one thing to another thing. Next one, diagrams. That is, the diagrams means the collection of things and relationships. That is, the grouping the interesting collection of things and relationships is called diagrams. So there are 9 diagrams in UML. 9 diagrams in UML. Okay. Uh, First one, building blocks of UML. First one, things. Second one, relationships. Third one, diagrams. Already three building blocks: things, relationships, and diagrams. Okay. The first one, things. There are four types of things. That is, there are four types of things. Next, there are four types of relationships. Next, there are 9 types of diagrams. That is, the main building blocks of UML is the three. First one is things, second one relationships, third one diagrams. Okay, first one things. Things means it represents the abstractions. That is, the abstractions of any system. That is, the abstraction of any system. First one, structural things. There are 7 types of structural things. Next one, behavioral things. That is, there are 2 types of behavioral things. Next one, grouping things. It is grouping things means there are two types. Oh, sorry, only one grouping thing, that is package. Already you are studying in Java language package. Package means the collection of classes. Same here, grouping, that is grouping thing means the collection of things, that is the collection of classes or collection of components or collection of uh, objects is called grouping. That is grouping of related things is called package. Next one is annotational things, that is the annotational things means note. That is note means this is the comment lines, that is the comment or the description, that is the comment or the description of anything is called note. Note means it is a comment, that is the comment means how the system is working, or what are the conditions, that is what are the conditions to perform some operations, it must be represented by note. That is note means comment lines. So there are four types of things in UML language. The first one is structural things, second one behavioral things, the third one grouping things, and fourth one is annotational things. So first one, structural things. There are seven types of structural things. First one, class. Already we are studying in Java language class. Next one, interface. Already we are studying interfaces, that is the interface between two classes. Next one, active class. Next one, use case, component, and collaboration and node. These are the structural things. Second one, behavioral things. That is the first one is interaction. That is the interaction between the two classes. The interaction between the classes. That is interaction. Next one, state mission. That is the state mission means it represents the state of any object. That is the state mission means it represents the state of object. Suppose fan has uh, two states, that is on state or off state. Suppose mobile has different states, that is flight mode, on mode. The next one is busy mode. It is state of mission, it is state of objects. Next one, grouping. Next one is annotational things. Second one is the second building blocks is of UML is relationships. That is relationship means there are four types of relationships. First one, dependency. Second one is generalization. Third one, association. And fourth one, realization. There are four types of relationships. Okay, first one, dependency. Second one, generalization. Third one, association. And fourth one, realization. Okay. Okay, next one, diagrams. That is the diagram is the collection of two things. That is the collection of things and relationships is represented in diagrams. The first one is use case diagram. It is in use case diagram. The use case means use case already represent in structural things. That is use case already in structural things and relationships. That is use case means the collection of things and relationships. That is in use case diagram you are represent use case and relationships. Next one, class. Already class means it is structural thing. That is class is one of the structural thing, and relationships. That is so class diagram is represented by class and it relationships. That is between the classes. That is the relation between the classes. Next one, object. Already object means the instant of the class is called object. So object diagram means the object diagram represents the collection of objects and its communication. That is the relation between the objects. Next, sequence diagram. And next one is collaboration diagram. And next one is state chart diagram. Already state, that is the state represented in behavior things, that is state mission, state chart diagram. And next one, activity diagram. That is the activity diagram. And next one is component. That is the component is also represents in structural things. That is component. That is the component means uh, component diagram is the collection of components and its relationships. Next one is deployment diagram. It is deployment diagram is the collection of nodes and its relationships. So diagrams, that is the diagram means there are 9 types of diagrams. The diagrams means the collection of things and relationships is represented by diagrams. That is use case diagram. we are using use case and its relationships, class and its relationships, objects, its relationships, state chart diagram. In state chart diagram, you are represents state, that is the state and its relationships. So the main building blocks of UML is three. First one is things, second one is relationships, and third one is diagrams. There are four types of things. Next one, relationships. There are four types of relationships, and diagrams. There are nine types of diagrams. In nine diagrams, five static diagrams, and next one is four dynamic diagrams. So for static diagrams, that is the static diagram represents the static model of the system. Dynamic diagram represents the dynamic behavior of the system. Dynamic behavior of the system, how the system is working. Suppose if any one action is performed, what are the next action? It is represented in dynamic diagram. Dynamic diagrams means in nine diagrams there are four static diagrams and five dynamic diagrams. So the building blocks of UML. So first one things, that is the first one things. There are four kinds of things: structural, behavioral, grouping, and annotational things. So there are seven structural things already discussed in previous slide. Behavioral things, two, it is in interaction and state mission, and grouping things and annotational things. So first one is structural things, that is the structural things. The structural things are the nouns of UML model, that is the structural things represents the nouns, that is the nouns in the particular system. It is in any system, that is in library system, or in ATM mission, or in online reservation system. In any system, the nouns, that is the nouns represented by structural things, that is nouns means, suppose in library management system, librarian and member record, and next one is book. Book is name, it is name, and next librarian name, and next one member record, that is member record means the member of librarian, that is name. Students or faculty name. Book has its own name. Transaction has its own transaction ID number, and next one is date. So structural things is represented by the nouns of UML model. Next, these are mostly static part of the model, that is the static part of the system. It is the static part of the system is it cannot be changed, it is it cannot be changed the properties. Suppose book, the book properties cannot be changed. Next one, librarian name cannot be changed, and student hall ticket number name cannot be changed. So these are mostly static part of the model, and representing the elements that either conceptual or physical. That is the structural things represents the physical elements, that is the physical or the conceptual models. Mainly structural things is represents the nouns of the UML, that is the nouns of the system, the nouns of the system in the UML model. And of mostly it represents structural things, mostly represents static part of the model, and it represents the physical elements, that is the physical elements, that is the physical elements means uh, any physical elements, that is suppose uh, physical physical element physical element, any physical element, that is any physical element in the system. So there are seven kind of structural things. The first one is class, second one is interface, third one is collaboration, and the fourth one is use case, that is the use case means uh, use case, and fifth one is active class, sixth one is component, seventh one is node. So there are seven types of structural things. Okay. Okay, first one is class. So class is already you know the class. The class means it is a collection of attributes and operations. So the class is the common structure for objects. That is here class is the description of set of objects. That is the class. That is the class represents the common structure. That is the common structure of objects. So it is also defined as the class is the description of set of objects uh, that shares the attributes, operations, relationships, and semantics. So class means in Java language, class means the collection of objects. That is the class means the collection of attributes and operations. Suppose in Java language, the collection of variables and methods. In object-oriented analysis and design, class means the collection of attributes and operations and relationships. So class, that is the class can be implement one or more interface. That is the every class has one or more interfaces. So every class has one or more interface means suppose if any system, that is if any system, suppose the librarian can interface with the book. At the same time, the librarian can interface with a student, that is student or faculty. Say in class, that is the class can implement one or more interfaces means the class can interact, that is the class can interact or send the message to one or more classes. So the every class is collection of uh, attributes and operations. So graphical, that is the graphically in UML language, the class is represented by rectangle with three partitions. Suppose class here rectangle with three partitions. The first partition represents the name of the class. So here first partition, it is the first partition means the name of the class. Suppose name of the class. The second partition, that is the second partition represents the attributes. That is the attributes means the properties. That is the properties of the class. Properties of the class means suppose here we are representing window. So window has some origin and size. So second partition represents the properties of this class. That is the properties of the class is represented by attributes. Next one, operations. That is the operations means the operations performed by the window. That is open, close, move, and display. So the class represents a class is a description of set of objects. Suppose in college, student is one object. Student is one object. Suppose the student here, first partition represents student. Second partition represents properties. That is the properties are attributes. That is suppose student name and hall ticket number. Next operations. That is the operations means the third partition. That is the third partition of rectangle represents operations. That is what are the operations performed by the students in the college. It is reading and writing. The next one is playing uh, and any another activities performed by the students. That is the operations performed in third partitions. In UML language, that is in UML language, the first structure, there are three types of things. Sorry, the things, first one structural things. In structural things, the first one is class. The class is set of objects and set of objects that share the attributes and operations. Graphically, it is the graphically class is represented by rectangle with three partitions. First partition represents name. Second partition, hello, మా వాయిస్ వినపడుతుందా? హలో హలో
Yes, sir.
First partition represents name. Second partition represents attributes. Third partition represents operations. So it is first structural things. Next, second one, it is interface. The interface is a collection of operations that specify the service of class or components. Suppose if any service of the class is represented by interface. That is, suppose in librarian, the librarian class has performing some services. That is, the librarian is one class. It provides the some services. That is, the librarian perform the services, that is issue the book and return the book. So the interface is the collection of operations that specify the a service of class or component. Next, the interface describe the external visible behavior of that element. So interface means suppose there are different types of elements in different systems. The external behavior, it is external behavior of the system means what are the service provided by the particular elements. Suppose in library, it is in library, librarian provide the services, issue the book and return the book. Suppose in ATM, it is the ATM provide the different services, that is balance inquiry or withdraw or deposit the money or withdraw the money. So uh, interface represents the services provided by the particular class. Suppose in railway reservation, that is in railway reservation, the clerk, that is the clerk provide the services. The clerk provide the service means to issue the reservation, that is it performing the reservation and issue the ticket. So what are the services provided by the particular component or a class represented by interface? So interface represents the external behavior. It is not an internal behavior. It only represents external behavior. It is external behavior means issue the ticket. Suppose in railway reservation, issue counter. It is the issue counter means clerk. The clerk, the external behavior of the clerk is just issue the ticket or cancel the ticket. It is booking ticket or issue the ticket or cancel the ticket. It is the interface represents the external behavior. Graphically, it is the interface represented by circle. The interface defined the set of operation specifications, but never a set of operation implementations. So it represents only set of operations. Graphically, interface represented by circle with name. It is circle with its name. It is the name of the services. It is not name means now. It is name of operation. It is the name of the service provided by the particular object. Suppose librarian provide the services to student, this issue the book or return the book. Suppose in a railway reservation, counter, that is the counter means clerk, that is the clerk provide issue the ticket or cancel the tickets, that is it is the service provided by the particular object. Next one, the second structural thing. Next one, third one is the collaboration. It is the collaboration defines an interaction and its society of roles and other elements that working together, some cooperative behavior. It is collaboration. It is the collaboration means it defines the interaction between the two. It is the interaction between the two objects and the roles of the objects, that is the roles of the objects. The collaboration has structural as well as behavior dimensions. That is the collaboration, means the cooperation between the two objects. Next, the graphically, the collaboration is represented as ellipse with dotted lines. That is the ellipse with dotted lines including its name. That is including its name means it represents it is interaction or role. It defined an interaction and its roles. That is the role. That is the role means suppose the role of suppose in college. That is the college means the role of the principal is different. The role of the student is different. It is students for studying second year or third year. Suppose it is the role of the students. That is the role of the principal means the administration. That is the classwork, examinations, and any infrastructure behavior. It is the collaboration defined an interaction and its society of roles. Next, graphically, it is the graphically uh, collaboration is represented by uh, dotted ellipse. It's represented by name. Name is administration, not administration. Suppose in college, uh, student or principal. Suppose in library management system, it represents librarian or member students or book or transactions. So the third thing is collaboration. In third structural thing is collaboration, and fourth one is use case. It is the use case. That is the use case means the use case is a description of set of sequence of operations that performed by the system and which result values to the particular actor. It is the result sent to the particular actor. So use case is used to structure structure the behavior of the things in the model. So use case is the description of set of sequence of actions performed in the particular system. After performing the action, the particular result, that is the result of the action sent to the particular actor. This actor means human being, that is the human being is one actor, or system is also represent one actor. Suppose in ATM system, that is in ATM system represents some sequence of operations, that is sequence of operations means in the ATM system sequence of operations. So sequence of operations means in ATM systems we cannot withdraw the money directly. First we insert the card, and next one is after inserting the card, the some message received from ATM to customer. So in use case, that is the use case means the description of set of sequence of actions that a system performed. Suppose to withdraw money in ATM card, you are performing some sequence of actions. For every action, you must receive the value. That is the value means result to the actor who perform the action. That is the who perform the particular action. You can receive the some result or value. Suppose in ATM system to withdraw the money, you can directly withdraw the money. Suppose first you are inserting the card. After inserting the card, next you are receiving the message from ATM in inserting your PIN number. So after inserting the PIN number, the ATM performing some action and send the some message to the customer. Customer means who withdraw the money. Some message that is the PIN number is correct. Next, after validation of PIN number, next the ATM send another message, select operations, that is select the type of account, that is here current account, that is saving account or loan account. So you are receiving the message, that is the receiving the message, and you are performing sequence of operation. First insert in the card, second one next enter the PIN number, and third one is select the account number. So use case represents sequence of actions perform system. For every action you must receive, what is you must receive receive the value what is the result to the customer. So after selecting the account number, next you are selecting the operations, that is balance inquiry or change the PIN number or withdraw money or deposit the money or any other services, suppose recharges. So suppose to transfer the money from one account to an account. So after receiving the money, again the customer sends some action to the, it is by selecting balance and withdraw the money. Next after you are enter the amount, that is the amount. After enter the amount, the system performing some action. Suppose the account balance is low or high. Suppose you are having sufficient amount in the account, and you can withdraw the money. So the use case, that is the use cases represent the set of sequence of actions and result of it is which result the value to the particular actor. So next, the use case is also use the structural behavioral things in the model. Structural, that is the structure used to structure the behavior of these things. That is the behavior of the things means, so how ATM card is working. That is debit carding. What are the behaviors of debit carding? What are the actions performed by the debit card? Next, what are the actions performed by the customer? And the ATM, what are the ATMs performed with things? Things means here ATM is one thing, customer is one thing, and next one is debit card is one thing. The use case represents different sequence of actions performed by the each model, that is each thing. So graphically, it is the graphically it represented, it is the graphically it represented by ellipse, that is the solid ellipse, that is the use case represents solid wheel ellipse with name. It is here name means operation, that is every use case is represented by some operation. Suppose here in ATM withdraw money, it is the withdraw money is one sequence of operation. Suppose deposit money represents one sequence of operation. Suppose to withdraw money, you are sending the message from ATM to customer and customer to ATM. So fourth thing, that is use case, that is the use case, that is the use case represents the sequence of actions, that is the sequence of the actions and what are the result received from customer, that is from things, that is customer to ATM to customer in any system. It is in any system the graphically ATM is use case is represented by solid ellipse with name. It is here name is withdraw money. Withdraw money is one of the operation performed by the ATM system. So there are four types of four structural things we are discussing. First one class, second one interface. So interface represents it is service, specify the services. Next it represented by a circle. Next third one is collaboration. The collaboration represents a interaction. It is the interaction between the thing elements and the roles of the things. And fourth one it is represents sequence of operations. So totally there are seven types of structural things and seven structural things. First four and next three structural things, that is still remaining three things is active class, and next one is component, and next one is nodes. That is the active classes and components and nodes are like classes. They are also described the set of objects that share these common attributes, operations, relationships, and semantics. Totally seven structural things. In seven structural things, the remaining three things is active classes, components, and nodes represent like a classes. First one, active class. That is, the active class is a class whose objects is one or more process or threads, and therefore they can be initiate the control activity. That is the control activity. The control activity means the active class means which class is active. That is active means in working state is represented by active class, that is called process. The active class intimates and control the flow of activity which passes the classes and store data and serve to other classes. Active class is graphically active class is represented by rectangle with a thick border. It is first already class is represent rectangle with three partitions. Same the active class, it is active class is represented by a rectangle with a thick border. Same here, graphically active class is represented like a class, but you have heavy lines, that is thick lines, usually including its name, attributes, and operations. That is the active class is same as class, same three partitions. The difference between the class and active class is here the rectangle represent with heavy lines, that is thick lines, that is represented by thick lines. Same the active class has three partitions. The first partition represent rectangle, sorry, name. Second partition represent attributes. Third partition represents operations. So active class, the active class, graphically active class is represented by rectangle with three partitions. Next, the remaining two elements, that is things, that is structural things, component and nodes. That is the components represent physical things, whereas previous five things, class, interface, collab, use case, active class represents the concept of logical things, but here represent conceptual or logical things. That is the five things, that is the previous five things means class, interface, collaboration, use case, active class represent logical things, but component represent physical thing. That is the component represent physical thing, physical things. The component is a physical or replaceable part of the system that conforms and to provide a realization of set of interfaces. Okay, component represents a physical and replaceable part of the system. So suppose if any problem in particular part, you can replace the particular system. Suppose in library, suppose one book has damaged, you can replace the particular book, but you cannot replace all the whole the library system. So the component represents the physical part, physical or replaceable part of the system. Suppose in ATM, suppose in banking system, suppose if any problem in ATM, just to replace the ATM, but not cancel the account. That is called a component. That is component means it is a replaceable part of the system and provide the realization of set of interfaces. Next, the component represents a physical packing of the logical elements such as classes, interfaces, and collaborations. Okay, component, already you are studying in Java language. The component, that is the component represent graphically, component is represented by rectangle with two tabs, not a single tab, rectangle with the two tabs. Okay, rectangle with two tabs, graphically rectangle with two tabs is represented by components. Next, last one, node. A node is also a physical element that existing at runtime and represents computational resources generally having some memory and processing capacity. Suppose CPU is one physical element and it existing at runtime and it having some computational resources, that is memory and processors, and it is memory capacity and processing capacity. It is the node. Any node is represent physical elements that existing at runtime. It is used at runtime and it represents some computational resources. These computational resources generally having memory and processing capability. A set of components have merits on a node and may also migrate from one node to another node. So node means it is suppose a database, that is the database server is represent one of the node. It is graphically, it is the graphically node is represented by cube. That is node is represented by cube. So in UML language, that is in UML language there are uh, four types of things. In four types of things, first one structural things. In structural things there are 7 types of structural things: class, interface, collaboration, use case, active class, component, and node. First, class, already it is graphically represented by rectangle with 3 partitions. Second one, interface, the interface represented by circle. Third one, collaboration, the collaboration represents uh, ellipse, that is dotted line ellipse. Next, use case, that is the use case means uh, graphically use case is represented by ellipse, its name. Active class, that is same, represented by rectangle with 3 partitions, but active class represented by thick line. Next, component, that is the component represents a rectangle with 2 partitions, that is the rectangle with the 2 partitions represented by components. And next one is node, that is node represented by cube. So in UML language, first one, structural things. మా వాయిస్ వినపడుతుందా? హలో,
ఎస్ సార్ వినపడుతుంది.
ఓకేనమ్మా.